Yeah, and then my dad gave me $100 and gave me a little slap on the butt.
Hell yeah,
Yeah.
bro. You can't go wrong with that.
No,
honestly.
yeah, when you slap your dad in the butt.
Tap, tap.
I can't. So, Wait. I mean, we don't have to talk about that right now.
Okay.
All right. So I forgot we have people here watching.
Yeah, I ain't even, honestly, I forgot to say we'll keep it rolling. If we're being completely honest. But hello there, guys. Welcome back.
Welcome back.
First of all, let me start by saying someone brought up a really good point last time. This isn't technically a review because we aren't wearing or skating the shoes. So I want to make that clear. This is first impressions, first look.
Yep.
Two friends that really enjoy sneakers, especially skate shoes, and we just kind of come here and talk about what we like. And Converse sent us these, but all of our opinions are our own. We are not being paid to do this, so anything that we say that we enjoy, we appreciate, we don't like, that is just true to who we are and what we like and what we don't. So just want to put those disclaimers out there first and let you guys know this is just conversations about skate shoes.
We like skate.
Homies.
We like skate shoes, and that's why we're here doing this. This is fun for us.
Absolutely.
And good afternoon, my friend.
Hey, glad to see you again.
Nice to see you too. It's my friend Jesus Christ.
This is my friend Kelly Hart.
And we are here to talk about the new Louie Lopez FA shoe. Boom. Converse, by Converse.
Converse Cons.
Let's actually start off. So Converse Cons is a separate division, skateboard division from Converse.
Absolutely. So it's basically the same as when Nike slapped the SB on the logo for that. It becomes a separate entity, and it basically differentiates between Nike sportswear, Nike skateboarding, that type of thing. So Cons is the skate division of Converse.
Do you think that's a good thing to have?
I think so. Converse has been around for so long, and they have so many iconic silhouettes that they have sort of reimagined for skateboarding. And if you just kind of put those in the line and just like put them up on the wall with the rest of the stuff, you wouldn't really know what it is that you're looking at or what you're looking for. So you could be looking for a reinforced Chuck Taylor for skateboarding, but if it's right next to just like the OGs, just to the regular consumer's eye, you probably wouldn't be able to tell the difference. So you might end up grabbing the wrong thing, or even online. So I do think it's important to have a separate division for skateboarding to not only have it that way where they don't get lost in the sauce, but it also gives those skaters something to kind of champion a little bit.
Yeah,
you know?
it brands it so you're like, hey, you know this is skateboarding.
Exactly.
Yeah, and they definitely build like, the Chuck Taylor, Jack Purcell, they build them differently for skateboarders,
right?
Which is actually incredible.
It's sick, man.
Yeah.
I love that. And then, so we talk about this before. I'm sure we've touched on it on this show, but we talk about it a lot on the Nine Club Experience, where there are a lot of people that deserve colorways, but there is a select handful of people that deserve a signature model. And Louie Lopez is one of those people. He is the only professional skateboarder on Cons to have his own signature model.
And rightfully so. I think that's kind of what skateboarding should be. It was like that way back, and then it kind of got flooded with stuff when a lot of pros had it, which was great for all the pros, but it kind of just watered down
a little bit,
like what that feeling was to get a pro shoe. And now if you look at all these pros for all the top brands, all the top dogs have a pro model shoe.
I felt some type of way about the colorway scenario in the beginning, but I do think it's really dope that it still allows professional skateboarders that may not have the opportunity to have their own pro model to have something of their own. You know what I mean? So that it gives them something to be proud of. It gives them a few extra dollars in their pocket, and it allows them to be comfortable and happy and feel like it's celebrated.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, working for Soltech, giving people colorways, it gives them excitement to be a part of the brand and like have creative control on certain shoes that they already like. But this shoe,
you get to see it from a different, like you get to see it from the inside perspective, which I really appreciate that, because as a consumer, I don't know how all that stuff kind of plays out. So it's dope for you to be able to kind of be on both sides of it a little bit and see how it works out, and you have expertise in that area. So I really appreciate that.
I mean, we're going to get into this right now because you have expertise on like how shoes, like I I don't know. I look at shoes differently than you do. Even though we look at them the same, you are so detailed and know every little thing about the shoes and why you like it and colorways and stuff like that, what things are inspired by. I am like so skate focused that like it's incredible to talk to you about skate focused things, so you know all that, and then also where it was pulled from outside of skateboarding.
Thank you, I appreciate that.
Yeah, but so let's get a first look at this right now.
This is what we're here for. Yep. You don't want to hear us. I mean, I kind of want to hear us talk, but you want to hear us talk about what's in this box.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about what's in this box. Okay, let's
go.
All right, here we go.
You grab one, I'll grab the other.
Yep. How about you grab the left one because
I'm on the left
side.
Yeah. Ooh, I didn't know this. Whoa. Yo, that actually just kind of changed the game for me. I looked at the shoe, but I never felt the material. This is buttery soft.
Yeah. No, it's like extremely soft. You know what? Sometimes it looks a little extra too much flair. Like it's too hairy almost.
Okay, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Like when they do the hairy suede, but they kind of go overboard a little bit. Yeah.
That's my opinion, but this is mellow. This is super.
All right. No, like that just changed the whole game for me with this one because at first glance, I was like, okay, it's cool. It's sort of like a minimalized Louie Lopez Pro mid. They don't have a lot of the same paneling and the things that they did on the original.
However, they did change the paneling.
Yeah,
on
this is basically like there weren't a lot of bells and whistles on it, and they took most of those off for this FA collab.
That's so crazy. I did not even realize it until I looked at it. Because I remember there are different panels that come around it. Usually the logo on this is lower. Or no, I'm sorry, higher up, isn't it? Isn't it positioned a little higher?
I think it might be in the same position, but I think that because there's other panels on it, typically it might give an illusion that it's in a different place. I think it's normally in that spot.
Okay, cool.
Dude, what is this? What is that? Velvet?
It is velvet.
It is. It's like crushed velvet.
No, it's crushed velvet.
I mean,
do you know these? How do you know crushed velvet? What is that?
Because that used to be what the baby fat like velour tracksuits like the girls used to wear back in the day. Like they used to wear those little crushed velvet. It's a whole thing.
Okay.
However,
crushed velvet. That's the new thing.
At first glance, yeah. So I was like, okay, it's a cool color. It's like interested in baby blue. It's like I think it's cyan or something like that. But when
cyan, what? Crushed velvet cyan?
I'm sorry, dog. I'm a nerd when it comes to this stuff.
You're just like making things up right now?
Nah, I'm pulling out some real facts.
Okay, yeah, you do know what you're talking about, so I'll be quiet. All right.
When I first saw it, I was like, okay, cool. That's an interesting color, but I don't think you really understand what it is until you have it in hand and you can see, because based on how you brush the velvet or how the light hits it, it almost changes color and texture a little bit, you know?
It almost, if you look at certain angles, it turns a little white-ish, and then it certainly just gets a little light blue as you turn it. Actually, that's pretty wild. I did not even.
Right.
It looks like this crushed velvet will last a long time because it's not. I feel like it would be a good skate shoe and it wouldn't rip too crazy. What I know about vulcanized shoes is that it's you can have a certain type of upper and like on different materials, and it's still good to skate because of the vulcanized sole.
Yeah.
And I think the vulcanized sole creates a lot of grip for like skating for kick flips and all that stuff. And it's like I do believe that vulcanized soles carry way more grip and for a lot longer for skating, but they're a little thinner.
They're thinner, but
a little thinner on the actual sole.
Yeah,
but
it's a little give and take there though. For the grippiness and all that. I agree.
The toe cap is smaller, but it's all proportionate to the shoe, so it doesn't look like too tiny. Where you're like, oh, it's like. Not like an old school stubby fat toe, but it's like it's just a classic.
It's classic. Exactly.
Classic Converse look.
Yep. This is the first look, first impression. I'm actually way more stoked on this shoe now that I have it in hand, and I can really appreciate it. Even just like the silver star on the side and the way that they've incorporated that. Like it didn't. Again, just looking at images, it didn't look like it fit. But now, as I have the shoe and I see how the light hits and changes the material and the textures, I'm like, oh yeah, that's perfect. That actually makes so much sense, the way that they've done that.
It was funny because I saw the Louie Lopez FA Converse commercial, and it's like, have all the shoes flying down and stuff like that, and I was like, in the video, I didn't get a chance to look at the shoe. I don't know if they even showed it at the end, but I watched the video for the most part, and I was like, oh, dope, he's got a new part coming out, and he's got a shoe coming out. Part was amazing, by the way.
Incredible.
And it looked like it was all white shoes. So it was interesting to see when I pulled this out. I was like, oh, wow, this is actually like, It's just like it's actually blue and crushed velvet cyan. Cyan. And then so the other thing we got going on, it's got like the leather inliner. What is it? The sock
liner. Yeah.
Sock liner.
It is it might be faux leather, just based on how it looks and feels. Like it's a little
faux leather.
It's a little, what's the word? It's more dull, I guess I would say, than
cyan faux crushed leather. Like
because when you look at like a leather jacket, it's almost got a little sheen to it.
Oh yeah.
This feels a little more like matte, I guess you would say, when you look at that. So I don't know. I'm just assuming. I don't know what they use, but if I had to guess, I would think it would be like a faux leather.
Faux leather. All right. Well, you heard it here first. Faux leather, cayenne, Cheyenne. I don't know what you said. Crushed velvet.
Come on, dog, get it together.
I know. I'm trying to, man. It's hard to remember all these things. But then on the tongue, they got a little like embossed like FA logo.
Yeah. So they took the FA logo and they basically just outlined it. It's one of those logos. Once you see it, you know exactly.
You already know what it is,
yeah.
especially if you're a skater. Yeah. Like, or you're like, it's like streetwear wise, people know FA, so they can just tell the logo right away.
For sure.
One thing I've always known for Converse is that they've always had their shoes run a little big, the Chuck Taylors and all the OG shoes like that. I remember when I was a kid, I would rock them, and I would have to get like almost a full size or a half size bigger. So I know they
half size bigger or smaller?
Bigger. Oh, I'm sorry, smaller. You're right.
Yeah.
Sorry. So I'd rock like 8. I usually wear 9s and mostly every shoe. Those I run an 8.5 usually. Yeah. But what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna try this on right now just to like
this one is a 9.
Let you guys know.
All right.
If you want to try that on, you would.
Yeah, I'm gonna run this one too. Let's see. What
actually, I would love to see a photo of that too.
Well, you do that. I'm actually gonna see what these blue laces look like in the shoe, because if I were to wear this, I probably would take the black laces out personally. So I want to see what that looks like while we are here.
Okay, while you lace that up.
Yeah, what you got for me?
If you're gonna buy the shoe, which I do think you should, because we do know that this shoe retails for $80, which is an insanely good deal.
For crushed velvet? That's crazy.
And Cheyenne, what'd you say it was?
Cyan.
Cyan?
All right, I gotta look at the box now to make sure I'm not. Cyan tint and black.
Cyan tint?
I told you, bro.
I didn't even know cyan was a word or a color.
I ain't crazy, y'all.
CYAN.
I mean, I might be crazy because I actually knew that, but I ain't crazy.
See, you already knew that. You already knew what cyan,
the color of cyan.
Yeah. You didn't even look at the box.
I didn't, honestly.
Oh my God. You're nuts. I love it. So I will admit that if you're gonna get this shoe, get your true size, because it fits perfectly. I'm a size 9. It fits true to size.
Okay.
So these are available at select skate shops, which is awesome. Go support your local skate shop.
Absolutely.
And so if you're gonna go in there and just, obviously try on the shoes, but if not, somehow you're ordering them online, look at your true size, whatever your true size is, try to order those.
Okay, that's
because
good.
That's like, you know how annoying that is ordering online. You think you're a certain size in the shoe.
Yep.
And then it comes back and you're like, oh man, I have to return them. Exactly. And they might not even have that size anymore.
Right.
And these are gonna be a hot item.
And this one is, I was just about to say, this isn't gonna be one that you wanna sleep on. This will more than likely be one that flies off the shelves, especially after you guys watch this first impression. My natural reaction when we first opened these was, it hit me in a spot that I was not expecting to be hit in.
What spot was that?
It was a very good spot. There are a select few things in just life in general where you can really get a full understanding of what they are just from looking at images.
Uh-huh.
And shoes, oftentimes that's what you see is what you get. However, there are those little moments where it's something like this where you don't know what the material is, and you don't when it's photographed under certain light, it looks a little different. But then when you get it in hand and you're like, oh my God, this is completely different from what I expected, it changes the whole feel. So this, at first glance, before even seeing it in hand, I was like, I don't know if I personally will rock those. But now I'm like, okay, give me some cyan tint laces.
Cyan tint? You don't ask for those already?
I mean, I got a shoebox full of laces. I bet you it's some cyan
I bet your wallpaper cyan tint, dude. I bet you're everything, dude. I can see that in you.
You feel that?
You're you're a cyan tint type of dude.
I'm a cyan tint dude.
Most cyan tint dude.
But it changed my whole vibe, and I'm like, okay, now I can run these. Like it wouldn't be a question.
I'm gonna lace these up so I can
lace them up. I'm going to go one more, and then I'm going to stop so we can let that FA pop off the tongue. And remember what I told y'all, when you come to the top of the lace, there is a correct and an incorrect way to do it. One way will not stay tied. The other will keep your knot tied no matter how much you pull and how much you you tug.
How much you tug?
How much you tug, Blair.
Oh, okay.
No matter what, it's going to stay snug no matter how much you tug.
Oh.
So if there was a foot in here, the bunny ears would be a lot looser. A lot tighter. But here, let me.
So I laced mine up pretty buttery. Do you think that's pretty buttery?
See, yeah, so you got to put your foot in so you can kind of get it to expand the right way. I think you did a great job.
Yeah, I could probably do it a little better, but it's all good. It looks tight.
It's all good. This is where we at. So,
Which one do you prefer? What color? Cyan tint or black?
Cyan tint.
Yeah,
you already know.
I'm more of a guy that I like the shoe and the laces to match.
Yep, I like tonal look.
Yeah, I don't. I mean, sometimes depends on it really depends on the shoe. I'm not mad at this on the black because it almost it kind of looks white with black laces, which I've always liked.
Oh, I see what you're saying.
Even though it's light blue, but
but like when we talk about when it hits a certain light, I definitely see that. Then that reminds me a bit. I mean, obviously we're going on waves, but that reminds me of your colorway of the Excel Slim.
Yeah, I told because I grew up.
I'm sorry, was it the Excel Slim or was it the Excel?
Excel Slim,
okay,
yeah.
Cool.
There were certain classic colorways of shoes and the laces, like all black with white laces. And then there's an all black shoe with black laces. Like the little contrast like that, where it's not too crazy, I think looks really good. A lot of shoe companies don't do this anymore, but it's awesome that it's fucking awesome.
I see what you did there.
that you get the option to have both laces.
Yeah.
I'm not too sure on skate-wise if these will rip pretty quick on the kick flips. It looks like it's in a pretty good spot to rip your laces, but luckily they gave you two.
The thing that used to bother me when it came to shoes like this, where it's a very specific color, is that once you get through these first laces, it's like hard to find anything that's gonna match specifically if you like the tonal look like this.
Yeah, I know. Other than you having, I know you have a ton of cyan tint laces at your house. I know that like most people are gonna have them.
Right.
Yeah. So type in cyan tint laces on Google and see if you pop up. Anything pops up.
Oh man, they're just gonna go straight to my stash. This one is one of those ones for me where. And again, I don't skate as frequently as I used to, but this would be one to rock. It wouldn't be one for me to skate.
Okay.
The material, I don't know. I feel like a couple kickflips and it's going to change the whole dynamic of the shoe. But I do think Louie's shoe as a skate shoe is really good. I personally like the low top Louie's better. But I do think that this shoe and this silhouette is really good for skating because it's one of those like classics as we talked about before. But this specific colorway, this specific collaboration, I probably would keep. I wouldn't keep it on ice. I would rock it, but I definitely would try and keep it as pristine as possible because it's hard to. This is a hard material to clean once it gets.
That's true.
Once it gets going.
Yeah, if you start skating that thing, it might last for a while, but it's just gonna get dirty.
Yeah. Absolutely.
And that's the point of skateboarding.
And that's what I mean. Again,
it's all good. I'm just saying, like, if you want to rock it clean.
Yeah.
I personally, I like vulcanized shoes. I'm mostly a cup sole guy, and I've gone through like periods in my life where I was like full heavy Volk. You look at this shoe, it's like, oh, this is classic Converse,
Absolutely.
Right? But I prefer a mid top with a vulcanized sole. That's my favorite.
Okay.
For like, skating and roll your ankle, having a mid top or just giving like the board to the ankle or something like that, it gives you a little more protection, a little more snugginess. So when you're like.
Snugginess.
Yeah, a little, especially with the crushed crushed velvet, man. You get to look nice and comfy. But I just like the way these look with like pants and shorts, like or whatever.
We talk about that every time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's like important. I think it looks, and with the proportion of the shoes, looks good. I'm curious to see how they skate. It looks like it would be good. But like I said, these are shoes that you can just chill in and be stoked in too. And I think it's important when you're skating and chilling, when you look down at your shoes, you have to feel good. These are feel-good shoes.
It almost looks like, and you can kind of tell based on the insole, it almost looks like clouds a little bit. Like you're just looking into the sky, the way the patterns change when you look at it from the television. You kind of like play with the
but that has to be exactly what's going on.
That's got to be what it is, right? Like,
see, the first look, we're just looking at this. You see that?
You're just looking at the beautiful blue sky. Look at the clouds, fool.
Dude, Beeble inspired.
Beeble inspired.
No, that actually makes so much sense, and we're just figuring this out at the end. We should have probably known that in the beginning, but again, first look, and you could never tell that just looking at it. You know what I mean?
Not at all.
And that's why in Louie's commercial, the shoes are falling from the sky.
It's all coming together now.
Wow,
dude. See, that's why this is important, because you guys get to watch us figure this stuff out in real time.
Yeah.
And we figure it out for you so that you can go to your local skate shop and you can pick up a pair.
What are these supposed to be?
What is the inspiration?
What's the cyan tint color about, man?
Cyan crushed velvet? Dude, and this is like I wish I had this for like New Year's Eve. This is an ill party shoes. Got little hits of silver on there, you know, so when the light hits you out there dancing.
Here's actually a good way of looking at this though, is like, this is an affordable shoe. It's $80.
Yes.
The thing that's rad about it though is that it's very limited. It's limited to certain skate shops, and I think it's available on the Converse website.
Converse website, yeah.
It's just not like some thing they're gonna have forever. Like, you know what I mean? It's one hit.
And it's one of those, like, you can't just go into like a Borders in the mall or something like that and pick. Like, you have to go. It's select skate shops, the ones that really rock with Cons and with Louie. And on the Cons website, it's not gonna be. You're not gonna walk around the street and see other people with your shoes.
You're not gonna see it at some random shoe store.
Yeah.
With a bunch of other random stuff there.
And when you see somebody with them on, you know that they know.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, it definitely is one of those things. They know about the cyan tint.
They know about the cyan tint. They got mad cyan laces at their crib. You feel me?
Yeah.
You know what's funny? I don't even know if I'm saying that right.
Cyan.
Ooh, see? We're the fact checker
Cyan,
here.
baby.
Yeah. See, Roger knows cyan tint too. And that's why we're cyan tint fans here at the Nine Club.
Cyan tint fans, baby.
But we also want to say...
Fans of, before you go into that, fans of Louie, this was a great year for Louie when it comes to... I mean, every year is honestly great for Louie when it comes to his skating. But he put out some phenomenal footage in 2022.
Of course,
and I just want to celebrate that as well.
We all need to celebrate that. And it's like, so skaters like him, there's only a handful of them that have pro model shoes. Think about how crazy that is. Back in the day, someone writing for Converse, Nike, Adidas, all these big companies, I mean, there actually did back then, but like, to be one dude in the planet that have a pro model shoe on Converse, those top dogs at those companies are doing their job. And like, you know, not only just doing their job for their companies, but they're pushing skateboarding.
Absolutely.
And I love that, and it's awesome that he's getting taken care of with one of the best brands out there, FA, and they can put something together, and it's affordable. Go get them. They look dope. You can skate in them.
Affordable shoe, great looking shoe. Great looking guy who's backing the shoe. What else could you ask for?
Only thing else you could really ask for, if you like and subscribe, hit the down below, hit the like and subscribe. Tell your partners, tell them all.
But if you're still here, let us know your favorite part about this episode.
And what should we call the show?
We're like 5 episodes deep. We don't have a name yet.
Thank you guys. Like and subscribe, tell your friends, and
visit your local skate shop.
And for more?
That was sick.